right. Can you all hear me good? Good. Well, welcome everyone to the 14th annual Christ Reformed Christmas Sing, the rescheduled version of that, and what's a little snow for this Advent season here in the Midwest. I want to welcome you all to this evening. And before we get into it, before we start singing these songs together, just kind of want to go through the itinerary and what to expect and kind of what all this means here. So just, if you haven't grabbed one on the back, you do have there's a bulletin here, and we'll just use that to follow along as a template. And so for instance, anytime there's an asterisk next to a sign, such as the song that we're about to sing, please rise to that, and it looks like that will happen periodically throughout the experience. And we have one soloist doing it. It came upon a midnight clear, but besides that, we're all participants, and of course the children will be coming up to do a song as well. But besides that, everyone welcome to participate and sing along to all these songs as we go through this. And last, two other things. We're just kind of going through a liturgy. We're going to start Genesis 3, going into the Proto-Evangelion, the first gospel, and kind of follow a narrative all the way through, singing songs all the way along, and of course, in the end, standing up to sing Joy to the World with whatever voice you may have left. That's usually my problem. Got a squeaky voice, but it blends in, it hides in. As just like the Old Testament saints looked ahead to the promised Messiah, we continue to look ahead for his return, his second coming. And we'll end in the book of Revelation by singing Joy to the World with that. So with that, we also, if you wanted to follow along as I read through all the verses, there is a pew Bible underneath. It's black. Otherwise, all the songs are printed in your sheet for you. Some songs actually carry on to the next page, so just be mindful of that. And then lastly, at the end, we have treats downstairs that we can enjoy a time of fellowship over. We have a lot of hot drinks in the back too. You're welcome to grab one now. But besides that, at the end, there's no break or intermission in between this. We'll all go through this liturgy together. And at the end, we encourage everyone to stay afterwards, to socialize, get to know us. And with that said, I would ask that we would all rise. And we're going to sing, O Come, All Ye Faithful. That is found on page 2. good. You may be seated. So our first lesson this evening comes to us in Genesis 3, verses 8 through 15. And they heard the sound of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and the man and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God among the trees of the garden. But the Lord God called to the man and said to him, "Where are you?" And he said, "I heard the sound of you in the garden, and I was afraid, because I was naked, and I hid myself." He said, "Who told you that you were naked?" The man said, "The woman whom you gave to be with me, she gave me the fruit of the tree, and I ate." Then the Lord God said to the woman, "What is this that you have done?" The woman said, "The serpent deceived me, and I ate." The Lord God said to the serpent, "Because you have done this, cursed are you above all livestock and above all beasts of the field. On your belly you shall go, and dust you shall eat all the days of your life. I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and her offspring. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel." And of course, in the book of Galatians, we understand the argument that the Apostle Paul makes about what offspring, meaning singular, that is Christ. And God is the one who put the enmity between the seed of the woman and the seed of the serpent. And so let us all sing the three stanzas, or I believe all the stanzas of "Let all mortal flesh keep silence." Next, as we have heard of the first gospel, as I said, the proto-evangelion, and following this promise throughout the scriptures, we find ourselves now in Genesis 22, verses 15 through 18. "And the angel of the Lord called to Abraham a second time from heaven and said, 'By myself I have sworn, declares the Lord, because you have done this and have not withheld your son, your only son, I will surely bless you, and I will surely multiply your offspring as the stars of heaven and as the sand that is on the seashore, and your